We'll see how this goes. Let's go ahead and find our way to our seat. Any shape that feels nice, any shape that feels like it's calling to you here. You can tell I've had too much coffee. I'm kind of vibrating here. And take a few rounds of breath. Inhaling long through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, go ahead and settle into the shape. Inhaling long through the crown of the head and then exhaling into the shape. And try to just approach class today with an open heart and an open mind, with no judgment, with no expectations. Whatever happens on the mat is enough. Whatever you happen to find in your practice, whether it's a little bit of struggle, a little bit of ease, whatever it is, just let it happen. And just enjoy the class. Enjoy the time on the mat. Enjoy the time being present here. We'll take just about 4 more rounds of breath to center. Creating that little bit of length at the back of the neck. Beautiful. And then go ahead and blink open your eyes, bring your chin to neutral. And let's start with some neck stretches here. So let's bring left ear to left shoulder. Really enjoy that stretch. Bring the hand on top of the head, reach the right arm out nice and long. You can stay here, or if it feels good, you can wrap that right arm around behind you. And I've been out working in the yard, so I am very, very tender. So maybe this feels good for you too. Go ahead and release that left hand on top of the head. Keep the left ear kind of pulling towards the shoulder, and bring that left arm around and kind of cup the fingers, and just slide that right arm back and peel your left elbow back towards the back of the room. Now take your chin and drop your head forward, increasing that stretch up the back of the body. It should feel kind of juicy. Good. Go ahead and release. Sweep that right arm across the front of your body, hook it with the left, and just take that nice stretch that we've been doing all week. Reach it across. Good. Go ahead and shake it out. Let's try the other side. Right ear, right shoulder. Right hand on top of the head. Left arm reaches nice and long. If this is enough, then it's enough. Let it be enough. And bring that left arm around if you need a little bit more. This feels quite delightful. Bringing that right hand down, cup the fingers, and then peel that right shoulder back. Elbow points behind you, and then drop the head forward. Release the right arm, bring it across the top, hook the left elbow and stretch it across. Maybe wiggling your fingers. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. Give it a nice shake out. Perfect. Let's actually work through the wrist a little bit here. Bring your right arm forward and the fingers point down, taking the fingers with your left hand and just apply a bit of gentle pressure here, pulling the fingers back towards you. Nice. Nice. And then just flip it so that you're doing the other hand, left hand forward, fingers down. Perfect. Go ahead and bring your hands to prayer in front of you. We're going to an isometric hold here. So isometric holds are really great for strengthening. So I want you to line up your fingers, splay the fingers nice and wide. Elbows are kind of in line with your shoulders here, and then just press evenly into the hands. So this is working the wrists, you know, in that kind of flexing motion. So you're just going to apply the pressure here, and then notice if you're clenching your jaw or your shoulders are reaching up around your ears, just let them down. You can look down and keep pressing in to each other. And suddenly I'm transported back to the 70s. And I think we're all old enough. Yes, we are all old enough here. I must increase my bust. You guys remember that? I think it was Jane Fonda or one of those. Let me do this. Totally dating myself here. Beautiful. Go ahead and release the hands, sweep them around behind you. Interlace the fingers behind you. Press the heels of your hands together and sweep the arms down towards the mat, peeling the shoulders back. So I know we're doing a lot of shoulder and arm openers. It's always good to stretch those. It's always good to get into the wrists of the hands. We don't do a lot of that. Nice. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. Let's get a little flow going here. We're going to work our way towards the top of our mat. And actually, we're going to start in a forward fold, reaching towards or facing towards the front of the mat. So if you have a block handy and you want to put your hands up on that block, you go right ahead. Otherwise, just let the fingertips melt down onto the mat and drape the head. Bend the knees as deeply as you need to here. It's okay to bend the knees. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, we're going to melt down over the legs, sweep the arms nice and wide and come all the way up. Inhale, reach up, press palms together, hands to heart center. So that's a half sun salute or a half surya. We're going to do 3 of those and just open up and kind of get the breath going, get everything moving here. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Move with your breath. Reach up, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Let it last the whole exhale. Inhale for a half lift. And then exhale, melt over the leg. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. So that's 1 round. Just like that. You're moving with your breath. Inhale, reach up. Press palms, take a little back bend. Exhale, fold. And you can swan dive if that feels better. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, melt and fold, and then sweep the arms nice and wide on the inhale, reach up. Hands to heart center. It's okay to be going a little faster or slower than me. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Let's find that half lift. Exhale, melt down over the legs, and then root to rise, sweep all the way up. Inhale, lift, press palms to heart center. Nice. All right, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, melt down, fold. And let's find that half lift here. So a nice half lift. Walk your left fingers underneath your nose. You can come up onto your fist if that feels good, or your fingertips. And then just bend the left knee and sweep the right arm up. Take a little easy twist here. And then go ahead and bring that hand down. And let's go to the other side. Bending the right knee this time. What do you think about that? Beautiful. Both hands down. We're going to step back with our left foot because that makes sense to me for the camera. So left foot comes back. We're coming right into our warrior 2. So we're right into hip openers here. It's going to make sense in a little bit. But we're going to settle into the shape. Reach the right hand forward and sink down. Relax your shoulders. We're going to flow, just a nice easy oblique flow. And I'm really tender through the obliques today. So if I'm not kind of going full speed, you know why. Let's reach the right arm up and back. Nice. And then on the exhale, you're just going to sweep that right hand down, either coming to your knee or past your knee and reaching that left arm forward. So inhale up and back. I'm just going to do 3 of these little flow. Exhale back. Inhale. Nice. And then exhale. We're going to hold on the downside here. Fingers either come to the mat or elbow to knee. Left arm is going to reach up overhead. So if you're working stronger today, those fingertips are on the mat. Nice. Let's peel this left hand down, swivel your hips towards the front of the mat, and step this left foot in about 6 inches. Straighten the right leg, find a half lift. Hands can come to your shins, and then exhale, melt down over the legs. So hands, if they don't reach the mat, that's fine. You can bring your hands to your shin, your knee, your thigh, whatever works. And then go ahead and melt down. Straight front leg, you want to keep swiveling the left hip forward, the right hip back. Inhale, we're going to walk across the mat towards the left. Find a nice forward fold here. Your feet are both pointing the front of the mat, and then just go ahead and melt down into this forward fold. Again, if you have a block handy and want to use that, you can put your forearms on the block. Dogs work really well for that when they're not apparently barking at the world. Nice. And then go ahead and find that half lift. So just like we did in that Surya, half lift, turn the toes out, the heels in, bend the knees, sink into your goddess shape, your supported goddess. And we're going to take that little twist again. So turning the left shoulder towards the midline and looking up over the right shoulder. The left shoulder. Back through center, melt down, forward fold. We're just going to use this forward fold to get us to our warrior 2 on the other side. Turn the toes to the left toes to the back of the mat. Right toes take the angle, and then find your way into that warrior 2. So remember, your shoulders and your hips are square. That was like really super exaggerated. And then sit down into the shape. Look over the left hand. All right, let's take that little flow, just like we did. Flip the palm and reverse. Sweep that right arm underneath. And then exhale, like your arms are the hands on a clock. Speaking of hands on a clock, inhale up and around. And moving with your breath. Exhale, float. You'll feel this tomorrow. I know that for a fact. Inhale up and around, because I did this yesterday. And then exhale, either coming all the way down to that extended side angle or bringing your elbow to your knee and sinking into the shape. Reaching the right arm up nice and high. And then making sure that you're peeling that right arm back, looking up underneath the fingertips. Nice. Let's go ahead and sweep that right hand down. You're going to slide that right foot forward just a little bit. Inhale, straighten the left leg, find a flat back. Exhale, pyramid pose. Melt down over that straight right leg. Left leg, oh my God. Left leg, right hip comes forward. Melt down. You can bring your fingers to the mat. Beautiful. Find that nice half lift. Take your hands to the inside of that left leg. We're going to come back through center. And you can do exactly the same thing we did before. Bending through the knees, bringing your hands to your shoulders, and taking this nice, easy, gentle twist if you want to take the twist. Or if you want to work a little stronger, a little deeper into this pose, you're going to sit down into your goddess and reach the arms out nice and long. So we're here for about 5 breaths. So if you want to hold this static, you go right ahead. Otherwise, we're going to turn that left shoulder. And then that right shoulder, you're still holding that goddess if you're working stronger. And then back through center. If you're right here, you're going to join all of us. We're going to straighten the legs, hinge from the hips, and fold down. Find your way back to that forward fold. So this is a lot of inner thigh work and outer hip work. Hands can be right underneath the shoulders. Meld down into the shape. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, turn, face the front of your mat, and then we're just going to step back into a tabletop. So just step the right foot back, knees come down to the mat, and we're going to come into a nice deep child's pose here. Big toes touch, knees are nice and wide, sit back all the way into your shape. And again, if you want to, that block is always there. You can put your head on the block, which actually works better for me because you can hear me talk still. And then just sink down. So we're going to hold this as a yin shape. So we're going to be here for about 1.5 minutes. So find a shape that really, or a way to settle into this pose that you can just let go of everything. See what you can relax here. Try to lengthen out your breath. Sink your hips all the way into your heels. Go ahead and walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your head up off the block or off the mat or whatever you were on. And then just find your way to your tabletop shape. So we're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow, work out the kinks, take cat shape. Tucking the tailbone, rounding through the back, hollow out the belly, drop the head. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift the tailbone, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Round and lift. Beautiful. Curl those toes under. Our first down dog of the day. We're like 3/4 of the way through class and we're come to our first down dog. Inhale, up and back. We're not that far. Heels press into the mat. Let your head be super heavy here. Push your heels back, maybe bending through the knees. Look up towards the hands, and then as many steps as you need to, forward fold behind the hands, melt down. You can bring your arms around behind you. We did some opening there, so maybe there's some room, and then melt down over the legs. Inhale, release the hands, flat back. Exhale, let's step that right foot back. Find your way to a high lunge. Reach the arms all the way up. So left foot forward, left knee bent. Sink back into this crescent pose. Nice. Hands to heart center. All right, we're going to hinge forward, press away from that back foot and float that back leg. Find your way to your warrior 3. Nice. So we're going to do 3 reps here of actually a yogi deadlift. So it works really well if you have weights. We're not using weights today. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring the arms right underneath your shoulders, palms faced to the back, and then just lower down, lifting that right foot up slightly, and then just lowering down, hinging from the hips over that right leg. You're going to feel the back or left leg. You're going to feel the back of that left leg fire up. And then as if you're pulling a bar up from the ground, you're going to stand all the way up and pull the right knee to hip level. Ooh, like a little teeter-totter. So we're just going to do that 2 more times. You're just going to exhale back, find your way to that warrior 3, and then slowly lower the fingertips down. Inhale with that flat back, back up, a little functional movement. Exhale, you'll feel this one tomorrow too. Exhale, reach and pull into that little deadlift. Nice. And then inhale on this last one, we're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee and sit back, sit down into your standing pigeon pose. And if you want to hold on to the wall or whatever you have handy, you can certainly do that. If you fall out of it, it's okay. Just come back. I keep spinning my head around. It makes me fall everywhere. Nice. Inhale, stand all the way up, release the right foot. Exhale, fold, shake it out, bump it out. Give it a little rock side to side. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. Melt down over the legs. Beautiful. Inhale, half lift. Step back with that left foot. We're coming into that warrior or that standing crescent, that high lunge, arms all the way up. I feel like I'm brain dead today. I can't remember anything. Push the left heel back behind you. Sink low into that right foot. Brain fog is real. Nice. Hands come to heart center. We're going to hinge forward. Find your way into that warrior 3. So just floating that back leg off the mat. Like how I say, just float. And then reach the hands down to the mat, palms face behind you. Let's find those 3 deadlifts here. So we're going to lower down. If you have the range of motion, you might even tap your fingers on the mat and then lift all the way up. You want to be careful though to keep the back flat and straight. If you have to roll into it, it's not worth it. Exhale. Lower down, hinge, little tiny micro bend in that right leg. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Nice. Moving nice and slow. That way you know that you're making muscle work here and you're not using momentum and gravity. Cross that left ankle over the right knee and then sit down into that pigeon shape. Nice. Sit back a little further. Jeez. Maybe reach the arms out. Good. Go ahead and release that leg. Sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold down, forward, fold. Go ahead and rock it out, shake it out, bump those legs out. Enjoy that forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. We're going to step back into your downward dog. So right back into that down dog. No vinyasa today. Push away from the hands, bend the knees if you need to. Push the heels towards the mat. They may never actually touch the mat, and that's okay. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and look forward. Come all the way down onto the knees and sit down over the shins into our little hero pose. We're going to get some more arm stretch here. I'll turn so you can see. So we're sitting on our shins. We're going to reach the arms all the way out into our T shape. Left arm underneath right. Remember that. Take the bind if you can. Take the double wrap where you wrap the fingers around the wrist as well. Nice. You can hang out here if this is enough. Don't worry about anything else after this. Otherwise, reach the elbows up, push the hands away. And then as you exhale, you're going to hook the knees or the elbows outside the knee and come down onto the forearms. So it's like a child's pose, only the legs are together and you're just stretching through the upper back. Nice. Use your core, use your center, lift all the way back up. That is core work. Inhale all the way up. Nice. And then exhale, release the hands, bring them around behind you, interlace the fingers, open up the heart here. Ooh, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Perfect. And then just go ahead and shake it out. We're almost off those knees. One more side. Reach the arms nice and wide. It's right arm underneath left this time. Take perhaps that double bind if that feels good. If not, you could just bring your backs of your hands together or give yourself a nice big hug here. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, hook the elbows outside the knees. Make sure that you don't rock so far forward that you're off your heels. You want to really snuggle the booty down onto the heels and tuck into their tiny ball. Keep feeling the shoulder blades spreading away from each other. Nice. Inhale, unwind, unravel, come all the way back up. Use that core, sweep the arms around behind you, interlace, and push them down towards the mat. Open up the shoulders, look up. Perfect. Good. And then go ahead and release. We're coming all the way down to the floor. Ooh-wee. I feel like we worked for that one really hard today. Feet are on the floor, knees are pointing towards the sky, and I want you to work into a nice flat back here. So bring your hands to your knees and lift your shoulders up. Good. Now hold on to that lifted shoulder. Walk your hands behind you so much so that you can just cross your right leg over the left knee and find a seated figure four. Most of us are going to hang out right here. You might have a little bit more room to give. You might walk the heel closer to the body and then find that deep stretch. You'll know when you find it. And then we're just going to hold there. So keep pulling the toes back towards the knee. Lifting the heart here. This is a heart opener as well. Squeezing those shoulder blades together, lifting the heart up and back. It really, really amps up that stretch. Exhale, use your hands to help you slide back, and then go ahead and extend that left foot out. Let's take a nice little twist here. Hook the left elbow around the right knee, look out over the back shoulder. Make sure you keep sitting up nice and tall. That's the trick. Look out over the back shoulder. Go ahead and unwind, come all the way back through center. Release that right leg long down the mat. Bring those toes back towards your face. Inhale, lift up, palms face each other. Maybe they touch the top, and then exhale, fold, reach down. If your hands are folded, maybe grabbing big toes. If you can't quite get there, you're grabbing onto your shin or wherever you can. Take a nice inhale, release. Left leg comes on top of the right knee. Right foot comes to the mat. And then find your way into that nice seated figure four. Much easier than the standing figure four. Still just as intense though. Inhale the chest, inhale the shoulder blades together. Exhale, go ahead and slide that booty back. Perfect. Bring that left foot to the outside of the right leg. Sweep the elbow around the front and just take that easy twist over the back shoulder. I feel very twisty today. Dogs got really quiet. That makes me very nervous. Inhale back through center. Go ahead and release that leg one more time for that forward fold. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, fold down over the legs. Perfect. Go ahead and slide back up, just bending the knees enough so that you can slide the hands underneath them and then fold roll all the way down. Find your way into a nice Apanasana or a happy baby. If you prefer happy baby, go right ahead. That one's perfect too. Wherever you feel the most benefit. We did some deep openers of the hips today. Nice. And then we finally made it. I feel like that class was long. We finally made it to our Shavasana. Reach the left arm or left leg nice and long down the mat. The right leg goes to meet it. Put both of those feet on the mat. Relax your shoulders underneath you. Your palms reach towards the sky. Close your eyes. Just breathe. Following your breath, just following the rhythm of the inhale and the exhale. Observing without judgment, not getting swept up into stories that might happen, stories that might roll through your mind. Just let yourself be in the shape. Let yourself be with your breath. Feel your body softening. Bring your awareness back to the cadence of your breath. Creating the mantra, I am okay. As you breathe in, I'm okay. And breathe out, I'm okay. As much as there are external factors that like to try and make you believe that things are bigger than they are, at the root of it, you really are okay. When you strip away everything else, it's okay. You're okay. Bringing some movement to your fingers and your toes. Noticing that you still have that same awesome range of motion. Fingers wiggle, toes wiggle, breath is breathing, heart is beating, nose is smelling, eyes are seeing. All of the things are still happening, regardless of everything that's going on, everything that's happening in the world around you. You have your own truths. Taking your time, moving towards one side or the other and pausing there in that space in between, in the present. In this space, your to-do list doesn't exist. In this space, the things that have happened to you already today don't exist. They're done. It's over. Or it has yet to happen. It's just right here and right now. A little deep for Thursday afternoon yoga class, right? Enjoying this space of being present, enjoying right here, right now, and noticing that you truly are okay in this spot. Using your hands to help you, finding your way towards your easy seat, your Sukhasana, or perhaps your crisscross applesauce, or sitting up on a block, whatever calls to you today. Take your time getting there. Move with intention. Taking the next several moments, the last several moments of our class, to kind of put yourself in the state of mind that everything is okay, because it really is. So you could use, yes, but I'm okay, as kind of a response. The world is chaos. Yes, but I'm okay. We have a lot of unknown. Yes, but I'm okay. There's this thing that I'm worried about. Yes, but I'm okay. And if you take just a moment to reflect on all of the times that you were concerned or worried or didn't know what was going on, there is one thing for certain: you were always okay. You always came out the other side because you're here. So now as you move forward to the rest of your day, the rest of your week, into the weekend, whatever unknown there is, because it's all technically unknown, you can keep in the back of your mind that yes, but I'm okay, because you are. Go ahead and bring your hands to heart center. Taking your intention of being okay with you. Remember, not being perfect, just being okay. Take that with you through the rest of the day, rest of the weekend. Hopefully we get a lot more sunshine. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. Have a fabulous rest of your week. Namaste.